Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to make this drawstring blouse but with a different neckline. If this sounds like something you like to learn, keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You will need about 1 yard of material to make this towel. As you can see, I folded my material into two first and later folded it into 4 parts. I marked a straight line at the top which served as my shoulder line. The next thing I did was to measure my blouse length, which in this case was 28 and a half. The next thing was to measure my breast point, which is 11 inches, and that's what I did. I marked it straight and connected it into a straight line. The next thing I did was to measure my waistline and I connected it into a straight line as well. What I did here was to measure half of my across back measurement and I imputed it there and measure my sleeve length from there. I will repeat the same measurement towards my chest line. Came down by 1 inches from my shoulder slope. Then I connected back into my shoulder line. The next thing I did was to measure my round sleeve and added the necessary allowance. On the bust line, I measured my bust divided by 4 and added 2 inches allowance. I did the same thing on the waistline and also added 2 inches allowance. Likewise the hip area, so I connected the 3 points together from the waist to the hip and from the bust to the waist, just as shown in the video. Having done all of this, the next thing is to cut and cut our pieces out. This next step is optional. You can decide to leave it straight like this or you come up by between 2, 3 to 4 inches just to have a curvy effect at the lower part. So for the neck area, I did 1.5 by 3 inches. That is 1.5 depth by 3 inches width. So I'm just using my curve to curve it out and I cut it. The next step is to separate the back from the front. So for the front neckline, I came down by 2 inches more. So and I then curve it into the neck width, and for the opening at the front I used 2.5 opening. So when I'm cutting it, you'll see a better view of it. The next thing I did was to cut the facing for the neckline. The facing is the shorter version of the neck area of the bodies actually. So it's a shorter version. So this is how I cut my facing that I will use to tone the neckline. This is what the facing looks like, and I'll be fusing this interface onto it. Then I'll take it to my sewing machine to sew the parts I'm pointing with my pen. So that's the part I'm going to sew. After sewing it, this is what I had. And I went ahead to cut strips of fabric that is 1.5 inches wide and 15 inches, I think 15 to 18 inches long for the ruched effect. After joining the neckline, this is what I had after sewing. So I'm just doing a kind of freestyle bit to open it so that the facing can be showing outside. And at the end of the day, I did this and it came out so beautiful. Just I didn't take picture of me wearing it. And another thing I did was to hem the round sleeve, the sleeve area, and hem the hem line also. I bent the hem line by half of an inch. The next thing I did was to place the two fabrics together, the front and the back. I placed it together. So I went ahead to sew by the allowance I gave while drafting. So after sewing, this is what I had. And I've also gone ahead to fold my ruched strip, the strip of fabric I cut earlier. I went ahead to fold it. So this is what I had after folding it. The next thing I did was to fold the sides of the top so that I can create a casing where the loops will pass through. So this is what I had after folding the casing. So neat and clean. So to fix your loop into the casing you have created, you need to get your safety pin and pin it together with the loops you created and pass it from the bottom down to where you want your ruched effect to stop. So I've marked where I want mine to stop. You should do the same when making yours. Then pass it through to bring it out from where it's going to stop. So after bringing it out, you're going to stitch that place so that to prevent it from coming out when you ruched it. So after passing it, I went ahead to stitch the end of the ruched. If you have watched this video up to this very moment and you are yet to subscribe, please go ahead and do so now. Please subscribe to this channel and please like this video if you have found value, if you have gained anything from this video. Thank you. So having done all of this, you can now ruch your top, your blouse, whatever you call it, to your desired shape and length. You can ruch it to anyhow you want it to be. So this is what our finished look looks like. If you found this video helpful, do well to subscribe, like, and share to your fellow soulmates.